There we go. Perfect. All right. So I'm going live on YouTube and live on Facebook Live. And we're waiting for Jeff to come back. He's pouring himself a little bit of Tito's. I've already done that. Might need a little bit more. Or just off into here after a little bit of a shaker. This is what they call a martini, except for it's not really a martini. Booze. All right. Rovia. How's everybody doing out there? Comment if you want to. Say hi. I can't hear you guys at all. You can hear everything I say, apparently. I can hear you. Great. Yeah, I can hear you in the background there. All right, so we're getting ready to light this candle.
All right, back on the scene.
Back on the scene. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play my intro. If you remember when I was on Indie Pods United, how my show kind of went, I play my intro, I introduce you, and you talk about you as much as you want to. You have the floor. Yeah, I mean, anything you want to say, and then promote yourself. And he's gone again. He left me. It's all good. Don't care. Hey, Fred, how you doing? In the Head of Fred podcast. If you're not watching it, you're a fucking idiot. Sarah Kitts, good for you. Good to see you watching. All right, and we're back. All right, give me just a second here. I'm going to light this candle and play. Brother, next to my bathroom in my basement. This is my worst holiday. My worst holiday.
Cool fan, chocolate covered shirt, body cold, so is deep with a gerbil bereavement. 1, 2, 3, psychiatrist, ketamine, anyone nice, I never pooped in an encyclopedia. Dad, go and get a little kitty. Gay wrestling promoter, we rep this group with our excellent bone. This is my worst holiday. This is my worst holiday. My worst. This is my worst holiday. All right, and today's episode is brought to you by us. That's right, just us fuckers. We're also a fourth-hand production, but hey, it's just brought to you by us. Send us money. Go to my Patreon, My Worst Holiday at patreon.com. Give us some money. Any podcast that you like or love, trust me, just give a little bit. $1 an episode. We're not asking for too much. Sure, it's cheap entertainment, but fuck, we're cheap. So just give us $1 an episode. If you like something, it's fucking worth it. You got the device right in your fucking hand, you cheap fuckers. And with that being said, from a room next to my bathroom in my basement, this is My Worst Holiday, a podcast about your worst wedding, worst funeral, party, bachelorette party, whether it's funny after the fact, we want to hear it. And today we have a very special guest, Mr. Jeff Revilla from the United Indie Podcast. God damn it, I fucked it up. Jeff, you got the floor, buddy. Say hello.
United Pods of America.
That's not even Indie Pods Unite.
I thought maybe you're going like a UK route. Maybe I was United Kingdom Pods.
It's United Kingdom. Podcast United. If you got a fucking problem with that, let me know.
All right, Governor.
All right. Are you watching Manchester United? Because if you don't, you're a twat.
My bangers and mash.
Bangers and mash. Yeah. I had to pay a girl $25 to do that once.
Hey-o.
There it is.
Bangers. I barely know her. Oh.
All right, Jeff, tell us all about you, man. Tell us everything about you. Tell us about your podcast. Tell us, you've got the floor. Promote.
Promote and plug is what I do best. You're correct. I was a founding member. There was about 10 of us about 2 years ago during the pandemic, got together and created this Indie Pods behind Tina's vision. And Tina was on your show before. And
yeah, I've had her on twice. She's lovely.
and the goal was just, giving independent DIY voices, giving them a voice, giving their platforms a place to do live shows, to run their show in front of an audience, to support each other, to learn from each other. And that's a big part of what Indie Pods was about, was just, hey, we're not ABC, NBC, ESPN. We're people.
No, we're not. God damn it.
And the goal was to just showcase that DIY talent, and it has that really DIY mentality, and that's the way we want to keep it.
Good, fantastic. I'll tell you, I had a ball. I had a ball being on there. I mean, I was slated like early. It's like the earliest podcast I've ever done is like 9 o'clock in the morning. Like, really? I can't drink.
You could have drank.
Yeah, I could have.
There was no drinking policy.
Wouldn't have been good for the rest of the day, though. Would have been shot for the rest of the day.
Well, for your day, our day, we've been talking about it all day long.
Yeah.
It's one thing you didn't mention. It's the first time we did it was 5 days, 12 hours a day, 60 hours of programming. We condensed it down to 3 days of 12 hours, but we had like 2 stages running a lot of the time. So we had 80 people participating. We had 80 different podcasts, and it's a great time. We're going to try to do 2 a year. Tina and Marie are working on a women's only event coming up in March, which they've announced a little bit, but the details aren't fully out there yet. But look out for it. It's going to be an all women's podcast, DIY podcast event coming up.
Is that right? Yeah. You took away my question. I was going to say, like, how many podcasts are actually wrapped up in this thing?
Yeah, so we wrap up about
and to follow that up, and why is mine the best?
Oh, well, of course. I mean, we don't even have to answer that one. We know why that was the best. But there's about 80 people, and about 10 behind the scenes, really putting it all together and making it work. We don't make money. Nobody's getting paid. Nobody pays for placement. Like
I was waiting for my check. Yeah. This shit isn't free.
It's a royalty of 25 cents.
Yeah.
2 pence. I believe that's a 2 pence. So.
2 pence. There you go. Or 2 bits. Yeah, that's what it is. I think a quarter is 2 bits. I don't know what that is.
2 bits. That's
yeah. I think my grandpa told me that, but he died in like 85, so I can't remember exactly. So yeah, that's right, folks. I'm fucking old. So you guys have been doing this for a couple of years now.
Yeah, that was the second year, and we're going to try to do that at least twice a year on Indie Pods, but we're going to follow up immediately with a March version for the women podcast.
Ladies only.
I won't
all right.
That, like Tina Maria will. I'll be producing in the back end.
So tell, I mean, you got to be there for like all of them. Like, what was some of your favorite ones? Like, go ahead and throw it out there and pitch it. Without me being arrogant, because I am. No, go ahead. And what was some of your favorite ones?
I definitely did enjoy your podcast. I've watched a couple episodes on Facebook, watching it live. I've seen the one with Tina. You did a great job. Like you said, early in the morning, a lot of energy. We had, I think it was the last day, like mid-morning, got really intense. Like the pod, like how on Sunday morning, like Meet the Press is on television.
Right.
Well, for some reason, our schedule kind of paralleled like Sunday morning broadcast, and we had really intense speakers coming in, and it was like I was on the edge of my seat for like 3 sessions back to back, and I don't have the schedule in front of me. You're gonna put me on the spot, but I really enjoyed that. We had a couple games being played. I host a trivia show. It's the Stuff I Never Knew trivia show, which I tried a new soundboard. I don't think it worked out real well.
Oh, no. Never try something new on something like that, man. No, you got to test that shit. You can't be like me, half-assed, just trying YouTube, like going live for the first time. But you had Stacy on there, and Stacy's just, God, she's my end-all be-all. I just love that. Yeah.
Stacy Price.
Stacy Toy.
Stacy Price.
Stacy Toy.
Oh, Stacy Toy. Yeah, she was on that. She was great. From Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And she was crushing it.
She's friends with the View Askew universe. I mean, like she's friends with Kevin Smith, Jason Mewes,
Ernie O'Donnell, Marilyn Gigliani. I had Marilyn Gigliani on. God, and Ernie O'Donnell. He was fantastic. But yeah, she's just wonderful.
Talk about a session that motivates a bunch of DIY podcasters. Listen to Stacy talk and what she did. Like this is like, oh yeah, we did that in my backyard. Like, oh, this
yes,
major iconic.
Yeah, they 100 Acres of Hell filmed on her land. You know,
Yeah.
So if you guys want to see, it's a good horror movie. Hey, Jenny. If you guys want to see a good horror movie, it's on Amazon. It's called 100 Acres of Hell. It was produced by our friend Stacy Toy. She's fantastic. God, I love her. Just tenacious toy, man. She's fantastic. She also came on my brother's show, which is called Daddy and Daughter Eat Weird Food Combinations. And she came on that show as well.
Yeah, she was phenomenal. We that was one it was hard to get to let go.
Yeah.
But she had a tight schedule, so I think she just stuck around for a little bit, and we really enjoyed her time.
Awesome. Tell us about your podcast, your trivia podcast. Give us the whole skinny on that one.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to shut it down again.
Yay! We did it.
Hey, woohoo, it's over.
It's great. I'm shutting it down.
It's great. It's in 5 seasons right now. I started about 2015, 2016.
Yeah, I'm in my 5th season.
Well, I've only done 100 episodes, so if that tells you how far behind I am. A season is as long as I don't get sick of it. So usually about 20 episodes in, I'm like, screw this. This is the worst thing. It's about 10 hours a week to produce a show, to write questions.
Oh God, yeah. See, I couldn't do that. My show is like all impromptu. I literally turn shit on and go, you know, and that's it. And as far as editing, yeah, when I turn it off, it's done. That's it. It's real as raw, and that's it. Yep. So
that's what I'd like to do, and I haven't found a format that lends well to trivia and improv. There's a couple of games.
Just have people tell you their most fucked up stories. It's a real simple formula.
Yeah. I think, that could work.
But wait, I think somebody's already taken that gig.
Yeah. And so it's the base of the trivia show. It's 3 players from around the world. They call in and battle it out over 3 rounds of trivia. And if you listen to it, I don't ask hard questions. And that's really not the point. The point of the show is that I found out that any question asked at any moment to anyone can cause this deer in the headlights reaction. The simplest things can, like if I say name 5 spices in your spice cabinet, like you have 10 seconds, go. And I start a timer, tick, tick, tick. People are freaking out. They can't name salt, pepper, cumin, chili powder. Right? So that's the basis of the show, is making people panic.
Right.
During a trivia show.
Oh, that's fantastic.
The contestants don't know that, but that's what I'm doing. Like I'm putting them in a situation that stresses them out on purpose.
And what's the name of it again?
The Stuff I Never Knew Trivia Game Show Podcast. StuffINeverKnew.com or Stuff I Never Knew anywhere you find your social.
Look up Stuff I Never Knew Trivia Podcast. It sounds like it's a lot of fun. That sounds like it's right up my alley, actually. It sounds like a hoot.
Like you listened.
I need to. I should have. God, I'm fucking horrible. I'm the worst.
So you're right. Like as far as prepping for a show, there's even no research going on.
No, there isn't. I write down your name. That's basically it. Yeah, that's
name and a date.
Exactly. Yeah. I decided I was going to do this. I'm going to keep this real fucking simple. So.
So that's been going on, like I said, 5 years. Once I get sick of it, that's when the season ends. So
yeah,
I've only done like 4 episodes.
Well, yeah, you're my first episode since the last time I had Tina on, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, it's been over a month. Well, you know, through the holidays and shit, you're just like, no.
Yeah, it's too much. You want to have a couple backlog for if you're gonna release through the holidays.
Yeah.
Get a couple in the burner.
Yeah, you gotta keep a couple in the can. That's not a homosexual reference. No. Hey, cheers. So, all right, brother. Hey, Jeff, hit us with a story. What do you got?
So we had to hold the show up a little bit because we were talking. I've been testing a new microphone. I don't know what I'm doing really, and I said, you mentioned something about the one episode you had, you didn't drink. I'm like, oh no, is this not a drinking podcast? And you said, oh, no, that was a mistake.
No, God, no.
So I went out and made a nice little Tito's and soda.
I've literally got 2 forms of booze with me. I literally have 2. One for when the ice runs out, I'll go with this one.
So you can put me on the spot with this the story.
I only gave you a month.
I don't think you gave me a premise. You just told me today, like, by the way, bring a story.
You said you had stories.
I have stories.
All right.
About 20 years ago, I started a skateboard mail order company. It was called Flank Skate Supply. And it was started in my parents' basement. And, I was selling blank boards for like $20. And kids would just show up all hours of the day. And they'd come in like 3 in the morning and get like knock on the door like, hey, man, I got a skateboard. And like so all my neighbors thought I was just dealing drugs. I'm just selling skateboards to these kids who don't have parents or supervision. And
you're the pusher, man. You're the pusher. Hey, Daniel.
The pusher man.
Yeah.
So eventually that led to I ended up opening a skate shop in a skate park, and I ran that for 7 or 8 years. And that's kind of like what you and I started talking a little bit. And I grew up in the 80s. I grew up on punk rock. I grew up on skateboarding.
Dead Kennedys.
Like, I have some stories that span like 20 years of just nonsense and chaos and smashing stuff. And
oh, nice. Yeah. I'm a big fan. Yeah. Fucking punk rock. Look up the Germs. That's got the guy from the Foo Fighters and Belinda Carlisle. Yeah.
I do remember one time at the skate shop. When you have a skate park, you become like the cheapest babysitter in the neighborhood. So parents would just drop their kids off for like $5. They could skate the park all day, and I'm babysitting.
And you're in charge. So if anything goes wrong, it's your ass.
I was 20 years old. I didn't have any like people always ask me like, oh, you had a skate park.
Here's $5. Go skate with a stranger. Mommy will be back and forth.
It's all indoors. The lights are out.
Yeah. So, Mommy's got to go find a new daddy for you.
Well, so I got 2 stories coming out of this one. So
all right.
The sad part was when I closed.
Better than coming into this one.
Yeah. When I closed, like it was like a couple days. We kept the park open, and kids would come by and visit. And the one kid said to me, like, because skaters are all like, we're always busting each other's balls, but like with the straightest face ever, he's like, man, I'm so sorry you're closing. And I said, yeah, it's the end of an era. And he goes, who's going to tell me penis jokes when my parents aren't around? It's like right in front of his mom. I was like, oh my God.
You're like, scrub his head. It's okay, little guy. You'll find somebody. I know you will.
There's plenty of guys.
There's plenty of people out there that are happy to tell a young fella like you penis jokes. Oh, hey.
I remember being a babysitter for these kids. I would lose my mind all the time. I was 25, 26, 27 years old. I had no business like babysitting 30 kids a day. and they would just annoy the shit out. They're trying to go behind the counter.
Talk about trial by fire, man. It's like, here's our kids. Here's some skateboards. Good fucking luck. I hope you got that sign up there that says not responsible for your little fucking terrorist breaking his arm.
Yeah. They had some broken arms, some head injuries.
Oh, yeah.
Broken leg.
What? On skateboards? That doesn't make any sense.
But the one time these kids, like, they made me so mad. And I had a rack of decks. There was a deck wall. And I just started taking decks off the wall and like throwing them in piles. I was like, I can't take it anymore. And he's like, man. And so he's like, are you mad? I'm like, yeah, like you guys are out of control. Like I can't do this anymore. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like, well, listen, man, from now on, I'm like, let me ask you a question. And the kid's like, what? I'm like, does this say fuck around on my forehead? And the kid's like, the kid like real scared, like, no. I'm like, do you know why it doesn't say fuck around on my forehead? And he's like, no. And I'm like, because I don't fuck around. And I'm just like throwing stuff all through the shop and smashing. Like, it was such,
You know, and they're back behind you. As soon as you're gone, they're like high-fiving. We finally fucked him up. Yeah. Did you see the vein on his head? God, he's pissed. He was throwing shit. Woo! They're fucking high-fiving. Yeah.
they probably
Gee,
had
mister,
they
we're
had
real sorry.
they had a park pool going
Little
on.
bastards.
You know,
Get over here, you
little
little fucking
squares.
prick. You know?
Like a football pool, they had little squares, and they checked it off their box. They got a bingo. Like, yeah, I
Exactly.
raised pressure 20 points.
Throwing shit, bingo. Got the board.
Bingo.
Did it.
And, yeah, I mean that was about an 8-year journey, and I don't know where to go with that story, but
No, that was pretty good. No, that was all right. Freaking out, throwing some shit, kids pissing you off. That's fun. Dick jokes to a little guy. Hey, why not? So anyway, don't worry, little buddy. You'll find somebody else to tell you dick jokes. I got confidence. Yeah. So you did that for like 8 years. What'd you do after that? What was your next endeavor?
Well, it wasn't in skateboarding, but I went to work for a media company, which was super sketchy. I only lasted there like 6 months. I hightailed out of there. No notice, no nothing. I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm sure there was some fraudulent activities going on.
That's always fun.
Yeah. So apparently, like while I was doing like the skate shop stuff, I learned all these like skills, and so I became like kind of hireable to people who were trying to do like website stuff and online marketing. So I ended up at an auto group about 11 years ago, and I've been their marketing director. I did go to college like in late '99, but the 10 years that I spent up until like 2008, 2009, that became the basis of my career.
Yeah.
It actually turned out that I had these extra skills that I could take, and I've been in automotive for like 11 years now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just got out of car sales, and I miss it like the gout.
Yeah. It's a tough business. There's a lot of.
In fact, I would say like if they said, "Hey, either get the gout or go back to car sales," gout wins. I'll take the gout. Exactly. Put my foot up on a pillow. Try to stay sober.
It's a tough life, man. People don't understand how tough a car salesman's life is. Like, it's not an easy.
It's you just gotta have thick skin. I mean, that's all. That's it.
That's true.
It's not if you don't have thick skin, don't get into fucking sales. Life's rough. Wear a fucking helmet. Go bag groceries or weld or something else. If you're easily offended, sales is not your fucking gig, man. It's not your route. I'm telling you.
Especially car sales.
Yeah. Sit there, listen to people. Yeah, no, I love you too. Fuck stick.
My uncle said he'd give me $500 more for that car.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go get it.
Well, go get your fucking uncle. Yeah. You ought to see what your uncle said he'd do for me. Oh, there it is. Oh. That's the jokes, folks. Making another martini. There we go.
I'm just nursing my Tito's here.
Cheryl Kelly Lee has she's one of my friends on here. So if you're watching it, look up her vodka company. Well, she's got vodka, she's got seltzers, Bella Boca vodka. It's fantastic. It's fucking amazing. Want to get laid? Feed a woman that fucking vodka. I'm telling you right now. She's absolutely lovely. Waiting for your whiskey to come out, chick. Waiting for your whiskey.
Is that Rockabella's?
Rockabella's, that's right.
Yeah,
God damn it. Sorry, I fucked it up. I still love you though.
Also, side note, Rockabella was an inaugural sponsor of IndiePod United, so thank you again. Great vodka. I think they have the one that's like a mango.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
That's like the award-winning vodka.
Yeah, that's amazing. That stuff is truly yummy. So
Mhm. So, all right. So what else do we got? Hit us with another story.
Oh man, there's a lot of pressure.
Dig deep. So I dug right down to the bottom of my soul.
Let's see.
That's from a chorus line.
I don't know anything about musicals.
One, I do. I know so much. I should be gay, but I'm not.
You're the car salesman. You were the car salesman that liked all the musicals.
I made a West Side Story joke to the mechanics, and another salesman looked at me and goes, "Did you just make a West Side Story to the mechanics?" I'm like, "Yeah, it was a funny joke." He's like, "They're not gonna get that fucking joke."
I made a Richard Grieco joke today, and somebody
drop the mic. Richard Grieco joke. Fuck.
Yeah. Let me tell you, Liza, the joke was normally I wear my hair a lot tighter, high and tight, right? And I use a lot of gel. It's almost plasticky.
Going for the Richard Grieco look.
Yeah, so my hairstylist has been on vacation in Florida for a month because that's what you want. Somebody going to Florida for a month,
right?
And then come back. And so my hair's been growing out since Indie Pods. I haven't had a haircut, and my joke was, I was like, I can't do that Grecian men look. I gotta go more Richard Grieco. And they're like, oh my God, Richard Grieco, like you look nothing like him.
Let me knock the dust off that reference. And Cheryl just said that her domestic vodka just won a double gold medal. Hey.
Oh, nice.
Looks like we made it. There you go.
Hot Pockets. I just do the Hot Pockets.
Hot Pockets.
Double gold medal. Hot Pockets.
I just watched the new Jim Gaffigan stand-up. It was pretty good.
Yeah, speaking of Hot Pockets, nice segue there to Jim Gaffigan. It was pretty good. A lot of good COVID jokes in there. He told one of the funniest street jokes on, I don't know if you listen to Bert Kreischer's podcast, but he was just telling a story. And if you want me to butcher it, I could try to butcher it for you.
Sure. Yeah, let's plagiarize a Jim Gaffigan line. Here we go.
Well, it's not quite a Jim Gaffigan joke. He stressed that this was a street joke, not a joke that he would tell.
Oh, okay. So this is just something. Okay. So this is a
street joke that you would hear like a dad tell you. And
right.
And so the dad goes to the hospital. His wife was in this major accident and had to have surgery. And after several hours, the doctor comes out and says, "Hey, your wife's out of surgery. I got some good news and I got some bad news." And the doctors and the husband's like, "All right, well, tell me the good news." And he's like, "Well, she's not gonna do well. Like she's gonna need bathe every day. You're gonna have to give her a bath. You're gonna have to change her clothes and feed her. She can't eat on her own. She can't speak anymore. You're not gonna be able to have sex anymore. There's no more intimate relations, and her bed sheets will need changed. Her underwear will need changed. You'll really need to clean her up. She won't be able to walk. So everywhere you go, you'll need to put her in a wheelchair." He's like, "Oh my God, that's terrible. That's the good news." He's like, "Well, what's the bad news, Doc?" And Doc says, "I'm just fucking with you. She died doing surgery."
I'd heard that one.
Yeah.
Andrea, baby, how you doing? So as you notice, I talked to people who was chiming in on the whole thing. So
I believe you.
And everybody, we have Jeff Revilla from.
Tommy, how you doing, Tommy?
Hey, from Indie Pods United and from the trivia. Say it again. Rockabella Vodka. That's right. Andrea, you're actually around in that area. Look up Rockabella Vodka. Good stuff.
The Stuff I Never Knew Trivia Game Show podcast.
The Stuff I Never Knew Trivia Game Show podcast. That's it. Due to my massive research, yay!
What kind? So you grew up? I'm in the Pittsburgh area.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you grew up with a lot of punk rock. Did you grow up skateboarding?
No. Actually, I liked punk rock. No, I'm in the Midwest. Okay, so there's a whole lot of, and I was a hairband guy. Don't get me wrong. You know, I liked my Motley Crue, my Kicks, Rat, Britney Fox. Don't get me wrong. But there was very few other kids that I grew up with that liked punk rock. You know, like nobody's gonna yell out the Germs. You know, nobody's gonna do that, or the Dead Kennedys. You know, or like the Dead Milkmen. You know, nobody's gonna do that. You know, the Clash. The Clash was the closest that they came to punk rock. That and Blondie, and I love Blondie a lot. A lot.
Too much, if you ask me.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
No, exactly that much.
Spank Bank. Oh, Debbie.
West had all those great like pop punk bands. You had Lookout Records, that Chicago scene.
Mm-hmm.
You had like Screeching Weasel, the Vindictives, the Queers.
Yeah,
a lot of great bands came out of that area.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm closer to Chicago now. I was down in a county called Fulton County, and to say everything I can about Fulton County is that there's nothing there. Ta-da! I hope you like fishing, because that's it.
Because the fish are dead.
Well, I did like fishing, fucking, and drinking, so I did have all that going for me. So yeah, those are the things. And you can hunt. You can hunt too. So I did some hunting, did some fishing, did some fucking, did some drinking, did all those things.
That's a triple threat.
That was a good time.
They call it in Hollywood.
Yeah, and then I left. I got the fuck out of there. So you're constantly you've been a Pittsburgh guy all your life?
Yeah, born and raised. Now I'm living in a town that's the birthplace of aluminum.
No, there you go. There you go.
That's where you might be familiar with it.
Why is it not the aluminum city then? Why the fuck is it not the aluminum city?
It's just the birthplace.
It's just the birthplace, exactly.
Yeah. Imagine birthing an aluminum baby.
Creative Noise is out of. It's a podcast called Creative Noise. A couple nice guys. They're big fans. I like those guys. They're out of Pittsburgh as well.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know them.
Yeah, I can send you their information. Maybe we can get them on the next one.
French fries on their sandwiches.
Yeah.
Like that I can guarantee. Yeah, Pittsburgh all my life. I never even really. For a little bit, I worked at there was a skate camp called Woodward. I worked up there for a little bit, but that was like 5 weeks. Then I was back home. that was as much as I ever got away.
Is that right?
Yeah. Worked at Woodward. It's actually half skateboarding, half gymnastics.
Oh, really?
So it's a great place. Like if you're like a 15, 16, 17-year-old boy, and you like skateboarding, and you like muscular European women. Very nice.
Who don't like muscular European women? God, again, spank bank. I mean, that's all. I think we will have 6.
Yes.
Wait,
now.
what? Now. Lay down, Nostrovia. Don't mind whiskers. Hope I don't give shave burn while fucking you. So steroids then, right? I got a little down the wrong tube there. So
it happens.
Hey, I got my first YouTube follower here listening. Yeah. Hi, Rob. To Colin? All right. Well, hey. You're my first. Hello. Be gentle.
Hello. Am I on screen with you, or are you just on screen?
Well, no, you're just on a separate screen. They the people from Facebook Live and the people from YouTube can hear you, but they can't see you.
You can see me and hear me.
It's too bad. He's a handsome fella. My God, if I was gay, I would just be right. Okay.
That Richard Grieco joke, I was just kidding.
Richard Grieco joke. God, we're just dusting that joke off. Hey, kids. if you don't know who Richard Grieco is, look up 21 Jump Street.
He's the Johnny Depp that never was.
He was, but he was with Johnny Depp. He was actually with Johnny Depp, but he was the Johnny Depp that never was. He did have one movie. What was it? The Spy, something, the Kid Spy or Spy Kid, or I don't know. It was really really bad. Was he in Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Like every gen, we were talking like Richard Grieco is like the poor man's Johnny Depp, right? Like he was kind of like Johnny Depp, but never really made it like Johnny Depp. But then you have like
I think it was the lack of talent that really held him back. I think that might have been it. Yeah.
Well, you have like your Nick Nolte and Gary Busey, like they're kind of the same. That you have your Chris Tucker and Chris Rock, they're kind of the same, right? They're just
don't be stereotyping. Don't be stereotyping.
They're like weird copies of each other.
It's almost like those Italians look all alike. I don't know.
Every generation has that weird copy.
Mm-hmm.
And my generation was Johnny Depp and Richard Grieco.
There you go. Yeah, like Sprite and Sprit. Mountain Dew and Mountain Holler. You know what? They're good. They're good. One's good. Yeah, let's just face it. The other one's better. All right. The other one's better. Dr. Pibb. That's bad. That's really bad. So, all right. So you got another story in you? Can you dig deep? Can you find one?
Let me think here. I've been married for. I'm starting to sound like a stand-up comedian. Oh boy, let me tell you, I've been married.
Let me tell you about my wife. Let me tell you, I got in a cab after getting off the plane. I said, "Take me to the hottest place in town." He took me to my house. Oh, I tell you. Hey, you can tell she's not two-faced. If she was, she'd wear the other one. Hey.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of some story, but I'm trying to bounce something off you. Maybe I'll get another story out of.
There you go. There you go. So okay. So we went from the skate park. You did some now you did some computer designing and stuff, right? Is that what it was?
Digital marketing, like your website.
Oh yeah. Okay. Actually, I actually kind of have. I can do that if I want to. Where I am, I don't want to, so I don't. But
it totally sucks.
But they hired a girl who can, and I was like, here. Why don't you do that for me? They'll pay you more for it. So that worked out really well.
That's a weird thing about marketing at a high level. There's certain things that you can do that actually do produce results and change the bottom line and make money for business. But also, I'm also just putting videos on Facebook and up social posts and doing some paid search ads, which isn't inherently difficult. Like, anybody can open an account and do anything. So
the hard one is CBD. They really cracked down on the fucking CBD. I get my first one, and I even asked everybody if I could do it, and everybody's like, yeah, you can. So I'm like, no problem, man. I'm gonna hook you up with 2 CBD ads on the Facebook and the on YouTube and everything. And then I came back in, and they're like, I don't think we can do that. God damn it. I even asked before I went in. I even asked just to make sure that I can do this, because I don't want to sound like an asshole and go back into the guy a little bit later and go, yeah, I fucked up. So a little bit later, I had to go back into the business and go to the guy and go, yeah, I fucked up.
Yeah, he was probably excited. He's like, well, I didn't know anybody could do that. And you're like, yeah, I can fucking do it. Well, you can't.
Fucking right. I did. I'm your boy. I can do this shit for you. Nope.
That's what's weird about this business is that, or at least marketing in general, is anybody can essentially do it. So a lot of times, you'll have people who have accomplished crazy things, but sitting in the same meeting right next to you is the owner's nephew who just graduated from community college because he has a Facebook page. He's going to be the new social media manager. You're like, well, it kind of devalues some of the work that you do. But you get hit with it all the time.
Yeah, a little nepotism. Yeah, well, because that's fair. Well, in their minds, in an owner's mind, Their son is definitely, it's like the coach whose son is automatically the quarterback. He's just better than everybody fucking else. Like, coach, I've been doing this for 4 years. Yeah, you suck. Sit down. Here's my boy. He's 4'3", coach. He's 4'3", with a heart of a lion. Fuck you, coach.
Put me in, coach. Come on, I can do it.
Yeah, fuck you, coach. Not you, Mallory. I love Mr. Mallory. Everybody else, fuck off.
Piss off.
Piss off.
They can't see me, right?
So
Like,
here's the thing I loved about my high school coach. We had an assembly, and his name is Dick, and but we had this assembly. I can't remember what it was about. It was some band or something. They called out anybody, like, yeah, get out here, you know. So coach goes out there, and they go, and what's your name? And they put the microphone in front of him, and he goes, Dick. I'm like, no. So the assembly's over. I go, coach, come here, coach. He's like, yeah, what's up, Mark? I go, next time somebody asks you your name and you're on a microphone, say Richard. Just say it.
and not to an auditorium.
Dick will be implied immediately anyway, but you're not saying Dick.
It's a 500 high school kids.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll never let you hear
Exactly. You've got a whole crowd of kids just like, oh, coach, no. Such a nice guy, too. Love the guy. Like, oh, coach, no. Come here, buddy. Come here. Let's talk. Love that guy. Did you play any sports or anything? Did you, or what was your thing?
Well, I was an active skateboarder till I hit an eighth of a ton. Then the weight kind of kept me off.
Did you like? How old was I? I think I was I think I was 35 when I decided to jump on a skateboard in front of my buddy's kids, and I said, "Let Uncle Mark show you how this is done." And they had an incline of a driveway, and then from the incline, which was concrete, it went to. Have you ever seen a regular red brick road?
Yeah.
Okay. It transferred. It transferred from a solid concrete incline, which was great, to a brick road, which was not.
Brick is not a skateboard's friend.
No, I limped for a couple weeks after that. I bit it pretty good, but they kept saying, Uncle Mark will show us. You know, they're high fiving. Yeah, fucking Mark's buddy. But
after skateboarding, I skateboarded pretty much through the time I owned my skate shop. But then after that, I really, once it closed, and it was tough on me. I was during the time of the housing crisis. I was 28. I didn't know what a housing bubble was. Right? So I had fully invested in a wood shop. Like, I'm trying to manufacture skateboards, and I'm just watching my sales drop. And eventually, I go get this other job in automotive. And after years, I have kids now. I got a wife. And I'm just not a happy person like ever anymore, because that's what happens when you get a family.
Right, exactly. Why is all the fun draining out of my fucking life?
I hate it. So the one kid that I work with was like, "Come on, man, I got something for you. I know you're gonna like it." And I'm like, "That sounds sketchy as fuck." And then he goes,
"Hey, buddy,
serious, man." He's like, I got the sport for you. It'll turn your mood around. It's called disc golf. And as a skateboarder who never got his shoes muddy or wet, like, you don't step in puddles.
Right.
Being in the woods is the last thing a skateboarder wants to do. And I'm like, what kind of pothead wants to go in the woods and throw frisbees? Like, I'm like, it was like
you
instant skater, instant skater reaction. Like, no way I'm doing that. I'm not going in the woods with you. And so I eventually he wears me down, just like a wife.
Yeah. like a good buddy would. Come on, man. Come on.
Buddy, come on, man.
Yeah.
So he found a place that was like 10 minutes from my house. I said, all right, I'll meet you there. And we pull in the parking lot, and simultaneously, all of our phones go off with a National Weather Service flash flood warning, or whichever one means it's going to happen, either a warning or the other one.
Right.
One of them, like, it's imminent, like it's coming. And we're like, well, should we play? And we're like, well, let's try, see if we can get through 9 holes. And so it starts, the skies just open up, it's pouring rain, and we're soaked. It's windy, it's flood, everything's just flooding. And we get done with 9, and we're like, all right, man, that was crazy. But I had like the best time of my life for whatever reason. And I got way into disc golf after, so I'm like, I play disc golf. I do have a disc golf channel with the same guy. It's called Disc Golf Examiner. If you ever want to.
But, wow. Oh, so you went balls deep into this. Like, you didn't fuck around. Like,
yeah. I was like,
this is the greatest day of my life.
I have arrived. And I just ended up having the best. So there's something about disc golf. Now, if anybody's ever skateboarded and you got older and you don't know, like, what can I do that was as fun as skateboarding? There's something about the way a disc will carve, like, through the woods, the way you'll bend it around a tree. Like, it literally, like, surfs the air to get to the back. It is the most rewarding thing I've ever done since skateboarding as a sport. And it's so silly that you're just throwing plastic in the woods and trying to get into a metal chain.
Well, now, do you do regular golf?
No, I don't play. That's ball golf to me.
Yes, that is ball golf. Yes, exactly. It's the same thing. It's the most rewarding or frustrating thing you've ever done in your fucking life. And that's why I drink.
Yeah. That's why I do no physical activity.
Exactly. I didn't do heroin until I started golfing.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good track record.
That's right, you know. You gotta take something to get the edge off, you know? It's like just kidding, kids. Never do heroin.
Yeah.
Best Nick Swartzen joke ever. They said quitting cigarettes is hard as quitting heroin. So I tried heroin. They were wrong. They were really, really wrong.
Those bastards.
No, I've been wanting to do frisbee golf, and I've even got a couple frisbees in my trunk that I've had for 2 years. Never fucking. They're still in the plastic. I've never used them, and I've got a place, like, not shitting you, 5 blocks from me. Like, I've got a huge park to where I can go. Not a lot of trees. You don't really have a lot of hazards, so it's pretty open. And I still haven't fucking done it since I've had the frisbees.
Yeah, you probably do have a dedicated disc golf course within 10 minutes of you. Most people just don't know it.
Right. Yeah, because nobody's ever heard of it or seen it, or, you know, like it's not like an Olympic event, or is it now? Maybe, I don't know.
The pandemic has really set it on fire. Just in the last 3 days, there's been one pro just signed a 4-year, $4 million contract
for fucking disc golf.
Yeah,
$4 million for 4
years. For 4 years.
I'm gonna get those fucking frisbees out.
You're excuse me, I gotta run to my truck to get those frisbees.
Yeah, I'm gonna. God damn it.
Another female player, Kona, she just signed a 4-year, $500,000. So it's she's making a.
Now see, that's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. Making half the fucking money as the man for the same amount of years.
No. Not half. 12.5%.
Oh God. Okay. All right.
Yes, please. Don't. Yeah, your math is a little. It's not half. She's making $500,000 over 4 years. He's making $4 million over 4 years. So.
God. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I might not have been listening completely.
Yeah, don't give
Fine.
credit.
Whatever. It's a fucking lot. Yeah. That's terrible. That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's not like 80% of $1 a man makes. It's 12.
God.
I'm not laughing at that. That's not why I'm laughing at that shit. Everybody.
Trust me, you ought to see the shit I don't say. Like the stuff that runs around in here that I don't say because I can't. And I hate it. I hate it when my brain thinks things. My brain thinks things. My brain thinks things that I know I shouldn't say, and I hate that I fucking thought them, but they're in there, and I fucking hate it. But there they are.
They just sit there. They just fester.
I'm just thinking, God, I got a little guy that's on the inside of my brain going, nope, stop, don't, go no further. God damn it. All right. Yeah.
Like if I didn't have like a job and a career, I worry about like if I was me just finding the internet at like 20 years old and the things I would have recorded, I never would have had a professional career. But now that I have a professional career, I don't want to say things that will ruin that career.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
You have to throttle all these.
Do not cancel me, motherfucker. All right. You've got the floor again. Tell us everything about you. Tell us about your podcast. Tell us about Indie Pods United. Tell us everything, and we're gonna wrap this one up. And when we do, hang out for a little while after I close out these other two things, and we'll talk just for a minute or two. But yeah. I wish they could have. God, that would have been great. So anyway, you got the floor, brother. Go ahead.
Keep an eye out. Indie Pods United is going to launch an all-women's podcast event coming up in March. I have the Stuff I Never Knew Trivia Game Show podcast in its 5th season, and it's terrible. Don't even seek it out. The thing that I've been moving towards is I'm trying to produce live events for DIY creators. If you watched Indie Pods and you wondered, why is this produced by a company called Paduty? Paduty is the company that I'm producing live events and conferences.
It's called The Duty or Paduty?
Paduty.
Paduty, okay.
Like P-O duty.
I like that, the Paduty.
Paduty. I'll have you. It'll have an accompanying podcast
What
called
is that?
Paduty.
What is that? Ratatouille.
Ratatouille,
Paduty. That was from Ratatouille, right?
Ratatouille.
Paduty.
So it's pod and duty is one word, but everybody likes saying duty. But if you also break down the word po is of the mouth or from the mouth, and duty is
or a very pretty 90s singer.
Dude, that's true.
Yeah, she's hot. And nobody knows who Po is, but God, listen to everything she did. She's fucking fantastic.
Is she a Natalie Imbruglia?
No, God. Listen to everything she did. She's fucking fantastic. A lot of people don't know that. I could listen to that album over and over. It's fantastic.
She's the Mazzy star of...
No, Mazzy Star is the Mazzy Star of Mazzy Star. I don't think you can really separate that from anything. She's fantastic. She's great.
Later went on to form the band. Was it Garbage?
No, do not fuck with my Shirley Manson. I fucking love that chick. That's like, you get the top 5 that you can fuck and have no repercussions. And if I can get
Natalie Imbruglia.
No, not Natalie. No, Shirley Manson, and my wife. I'm not greedy. So my wife. Maybe the neighbor. I'm not sure, but either way.
And Paduty. Dates and deets at Paduty.com. It'll eventually be a place where you can go to the website and see, like we were talking, you mentioned podcasters in Pittsburgh. Well, you'll be able to go to a town like Tinder. You want to swipe right and meet a podcaster in your area. You're going to find there's a whole map with pins and stuff coming, and it's going to connect content creators to each other. It's going to be a big deal. Let me tell you.
Really, and that's on Paduty. Is it like Paduty.com or what is it on?
Paduty.com, PODUTY.com. Dates and deets at Paduty.com.
That's fantastic. That's for everybody out there. That is a ton of free entertainment. Pick and choose. Listen to them. Give everybody a shot. When you're looking at a podcast, at least give them 5 minutes. God, because most of them's horrible. But anyway,
Just give them 5 minutes, and listen to it and see what you think. They're worth that. They're putting their heart and soul into things. So give them 5 minutes. Give them a listen. And Padooty.com would be a great place to go and see what's available. Right? Am I right with that?
Eventually, it's up. It's live now. This is really I'm really starting to launch it the first of the year. You can get a free listing, just like other podcasts have.
This is the first of the year.
It's close enough. The first I've been active.
First of next year.
Yeah. By the time I actually do the promotion, it'll be 2023.
There you go. All right, everybody. And Jeff, thank you so much for coming on. You're fantastic. Hang out for a few minutes after I sign off all this other shit. Andrea, love you. Thank you for joining us again. Cheryl, love you, dear. Love you. Thank you. Love everything you do. You're fan-fucking-tastic. Everybody, if you haven't tried Rockabella vodka, you're out of your fucking mind. It's the best thing since sliced fucking bread. Yeah, it's like suckling from Jesus's teeth, as I heard the Irish say one time. So everybody, again, if you like a show, if you like a podcast, it's this easy. Like, review. Yeah, leave a review. Leave 5 stars. Leave 1 fucking star. Leave something. You got the device in your hand right now. Make sure you're doing that. Make sure. We're not asking for much. The device is in your hand right now. Always, you can contribute. I like drinking. Give me fucking money at fucking patreon.com and My Worst Holiday. Do that. And from a room next to my bathroom in my basement, this has been My Worst Holiday. Good night, everybody. All right, now I got to end this one. I've never done the end on this one before. And boom. And boom. All right. And close.